Hey, I'm Koko. Koko. Yeah. All right. Today, fear. One of the biggest disabilitator in your life. And it's used by just about everybody. It's used by your boss. Or if you're the boss, it's used by your customers. It's used by your church. It's used by the advertising agencies. Your wife, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend might be using fear. Your children, or your parents, or your teachers. I mean, anybody in authority or anybody you have authority over, fear may be a tool that's being used, either by you or against you or for you, but it's a disabilitating situation. But fear is an acronym. False evidence that appears real. Fear. And if you let it take hold, as you do all the time, and you're sitting there going, whoa, yeah. Fear is what keeps you from being successful. Fear is what is keeping you from that relationship you want, from the life you want, and any aspirations you may have. It's fear. False evidence that appears real. And unfortunately, you're surrounded by people who amplify the fear. You're surrounded by people that say, oh man, you better not try that because you could fail. So what? I mean, man, you only, okay, definition. Failure means giving up. If you never give up, you never fail. They're talking, they always use Edison as an example. He tried 5,000 or whatever different materials for the tungsten. Well, actually, he was kind of an evil asshole. He actually had other people do it, but it doesn't matter. There was like 5,000 different materials they tried to make the light bulb, and a lot of them worked, but not long enough, and then they came up with the tungsten. There are many, many, many people who have spent, Colonel Sanders, had that secret recipe. His story is that, he retired and he got his first Social Security check was $99. Now, this was years ago, but nonetheless, he said, this blows. And he had this recipe, and he decided what he was going to do is he was going to sell the recipe and and get a royalty off of every piece of chicken that was made. And he went to was it 500 or 1,000, 525 people before, and got no's before he got the single yes, or was it 1,025 before he got it doesn't matter. Most people would give up after 20. He went to he was at either 500 or 1,000, I don't remember. In fact, it'll be up on the screen over your head here, because I'll just make a note of that. How many no's he had before he had his first yes? Well, Kentucky Fried Chicken is on every continent. It's like gigantic in China. I mean, it's everywhere. Because this man didn't take, people are telling him no. I mean, he didn't have any fear. He said, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Sooner or later, you keep chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. At some point, you'll have success. And if you give up, that's your failure. Now, you can have a company and somebody can steal it from you. They can do all sorts of things, okay? You just pick yourself up, move on, get over it, move on. Let's keep going. It's a fun story, to tell people, I've had that situation where I had a business and a good friend of mine came in and he stole everything and put me out of business. Okay, it's a great story. Oh, poor Koko. Yeah, okay, well, okay. But I got into a whole other industry now. I mean, I'm doing other things. So the point is, false evidence that appears real. You need to move on. You need to see it. You need to see what you're afraid of. You need to recognize you are afraid. And that's what's holding you back. That's what's keeping you from walking up to that, good-looking woman or that good-looking guy. That's what's keeping you from, going up to your boss and saying, I want a promotion. I want more. I want more out of this. Or starting the new business, or starting something on the side, or whatever it is that you're afraid of. Stop it. Realize your fears are not real. They're all up here. And the fear that others are dumping on you to control you, those aren't real either. They're just threats. And granted, your boss can fire you, but how much shit do you need to eat before you say, future conversation about how to deal with this, but recognize fear. As always, have an amazing, stupendous, spectacular day, Koko.